Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am US Geoguessr Professor. I am here with another US Geoguessr video. I'm trying something a bit different today. As you can see, I've been watching a lot of videos from the Shmoo Gaming crew on YouTube, and I am going to be playing one of their challenges today. I've been having a good time playing along with them. They seem like some really cool folks, so check out their videos on YouTube, give them some subscribes, give them some likes. They just dropped a new challenge today, and this is exciting because it features a new player. I do not know who this bookworm player is, but it's going to be fun to watch them play this after I do. I'm just going to pause for a second before I drop. Give myself a minute to breathe. This is going to be a little bit different from what I normally play. Of course, I am a US player, specialize in urban America, so that's really why I discovered Shmoo Gaming's videos in the first place. But I typically play no moving and no time limit, so playing moving and with 3-minute rounds is a bit of a challenge. It's not gonna lie, a bit frantic for me, but I will see how I do. I am going to start off every round no moving, though, just to see what I can get. Okay, off the drop. We're looking fairly dry. We're looking a little bit arid. We have RVs here. That is kind of a telltale sign to me. We're on the West Coast. We have mountains to the west. That, to me, is a Colorado sign. This, however, looks like a Nevada plate. Okay, with that blue, whoops, I moved. It's hard if you don't have it set. With the blue at the top and then the kind of brown at the bottom, and that would make sense. These kind of RVs everywhere, those of you that live on the West Coast especially know that we really have just a major unhoused populace, especially in the cities of the West. And so when I first got dropped there, saw that Nevada plate, I think we're definitely somewhere there, either Vegas or Reno. And as we approach these signs, notice these are going to give everything away. These are Reno, Nevada signs. They are very typical. They're distinctive. A lot of the times, you got to pay attention to those street signs. Once you zoom by them, you're going to miss something big time on them. On one of the previous challenges, we had Salt Lake City street signs just right off the jump, and I don't think anybody else noticed them immediately. So street signs, especially no moving, that is going to be one of the biggest clues you're going to be able to get. All right, so we're third in Washington and Reno. This should not be difficult to find. There's third, there's Washington. Looks like third was a one-way street. I'm not going to really worry about 5K too much here. Here now we're looking west on third towards Washington. But let's just try to get close. Right here at like this parking garage. Oh, other direction. Wow. Chaos Queen 5K. I got a 4999. Wow, okay, cool. How am I losing after the first round? It's probably just because I was talking too much. Alright, we are pretty arid here as well. Pawn shop, Metro, Pam's Pet Shop, Oakwood Village. Okay, interesting. We have front plates. We got fronts pretty much everywhere. Plates look pretty nondescript. First instinct on these would probably be Texas plates. They're kind of just black and white. We have fronts. If this would be somewhere like Oklahoma or Kansas, we would lack front plates for sure. North 1st Street, 325 area code. 325 is not one I know, unfortunately. So typically, if I don't know it, we're looking at California, Texas, or Florida. Those are the states that just have way too many area codes. And They're ones that are difficult to memorize and difficult to distinguish. Westwood. Okay, we got a Gump's Burgers. Interesting. That place kind of looks good. Grump's Burgers. Okay, I'm sorry. Grump's Burgers, Abilene, Texas. All right, well, Grump's, got to give you a shout out. Was definitely leaning Texas. It had to have been an arid part of Texas. So if we zoom in on Abilene, that's going to be a little bit southeast of Lubbock, Amarillo. That's kind of mid-state. If we would be up in Amarillo or Lubbock, it'd be a lot drier looking, even, really. Willis, there we go. Where did we start out? Again, not going to sweat the 5Ks too much, but heck, everybody 5K'd but me in that Reno round, so maybe I should try a little bit harder instead of just pontificating. That wouldn't make a very good video, though. I'm trying to get close, right? Soak in all the clues. Didn't have to move. There's Grumps. So we're going west. It looks like we probably, if we were heading west, there's Oakwood Village, there's Harbor Freight, there's Pam's Pets. Cool. So we're just somewhere around here. Okay, well, again, 4999 stings a little bit, but only a couple points behind. Good job, Chaos Queen. 5K'ing twice there. Okay. Western Street, Avondale Street, Bell Street, Wolfland Avenue. These are some hard drops, of course. Right when I decide to record, I get some rough drops. I haven't really recognized immediately anywhere where we've been so far. Sonsea Road. I mean, Reno was easy, and I definitely got Texas, but wow, Grump's Barbecue helped a lot. I don't know what I would have done without Grump's. We're getting into some snow coverage. That's interesting. 40 West. Okay, so we're near 40. 40, of course, goes through Oklahoma, and then this aforementioned Amarillo, Albuquerque, Julian Boulevard, Paramount Boulevard. Okay, why does Paramount seem familiar? Let's use the old trick of trying to hop up on the highway here. Just get a better sense of where we are. If we're on the 40, though, and we're in a big city, and we're on the 40 and the 287, okay, that narrows it down a lot more. 287, I want to say, still in Texas. There's the 87. There's the 83. 287 is in Texas. And so it's gonna, where is the 287? 270. This is one of those roads, I know, those US highways where there's not like a super good idea of where it is based on the number. See, our numbers are getting high. 287. It's Texas. Am I crazy? Here's the 87 and the 40 in Amarillo. Yeah, and there's the 287. Okay. I mean, I thought... Okay, so we were in Abilene and now we're in Amarillo, huh? Does this make sense? Looking towards Julian, Grand. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Let's go back to origin and maybe just try to get a little bit of a better pinpoint. I tell you, these 3-minute rounds. Julian, Paramount, Western Avondale, Bell, Wolfland. Headed west on the 40 for sure. There's Wolfland. There's Bell. So it looks like we're on the west side. At least I've gotten to that point. Georgia. Where's Georgia? Let's say right there. Ooh, not bad. Okay. Didn't see Georgia, but just threw it down at the last minute. Managed to get closer this time. Okay. Cool. So 2 rounds in Texas. That took all my time. Okay, where are we now? Different kind of backdrop, that's for sure. I would definitely have to venture to say we're not in Texas anymore, although We have front plates everywhere, so that's an interesting observation. What do we have over here? Nothing particularly helpful. We are on 21st Avenue, and I believe that says St. Mary's? St. Henry? Omaha. Okay. That was a direction I was leaning in for sure. I mean, it definitely looks plains. And then with the front plates, we're not going to be in Kansas. So that was leading me to think somewhere like Iowa or Omaha. And that turns out to be where we are. Get a lot of good clues. I think um, this is a good map to play no moving because you have a lot of clues on the locations I found. So we're at 22nd Street and I think St. Mary's. If we look at Omaha grid, we see those streets going west from downtown. They are north-south streets and they kind of radiate west. So with a minute and a half left, let's try to pinpoint a little bit better. Got kind of sloppy under time pressure on the first couple rounds, but I predicted that was going to happen. 22nd and St. Mary's, huh? How good am I going to be able to region guess Omaha in these final seconds? There's St. Mary's, there's 22nd. Okay, didn't have to guess. So now we're going to go back to 21st and St. Mary's. And that is, of course, going to be one to the east. And it looks like we're even a bit east of there. So let's plonk right about there. Nice. Chaos Queen went to Pika. Not a bad guess because it just looked so Great Plains. A little bit farther north than Texas, so not a bad guess, but Kansas would have lacked front plates, I believe, so that would have been the giveaway. And then, of course, the Omaha on the sign, but sometimes we don't notice those details. That's one major reason why I like to at least start no moving, because I don't want to miss those things. I find a lot of players they get frantic and they just start moving. Just without any real kind of rhyme or reason to it. Okay. See, I would have missed this. There's a Capitol there. Ingersoll Street. There's a Capitol looking building. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, there is. Southwest? Looking towards a very distinctive Capitol. My first instinct, and I may regret this, but my first instinct's Madison. On this diagonal grid system leading directly into that really huge, really prominent Capitol building. I believe that over here to the west, if we look at that car, this kind of, you can barely see that colored strip at the top, and on Wisconsin plates, those are red and green, but really think we're looking at the Wisconsin Capitol building. I would send Madison here for sure, but since I have the luxury, thanks Shmoo, of moving, I don't usually have that luxury. Yeah, Washington Street, East Washington. This is Madison, Wisconsin, all the way. It's so striking driving in that perfectly diagonal direction. Yeah, US 151, also Madison, in that diagonal direction, just right there towards the Capitol. Man, the Wisconsin Capitol's super cool. See how it's on this isthmus here in Madison? So we are on the 151 going into the Capitol. I'm just not 100% sure where Ingersoll is, but we got to at least be in view of the Capitol, right? There's Ingersoll. Let's try to get a little closer. So we're going southwest towards Ingersoll. See, that sign, I would have missed that. And that was the first thing that told me Madison. When I turn around, bam, diagonal into the Capitol. I feel like there's very, very few cities where we could be with that view. We got some Wisconsin plates. Did not have to move very far. Let's go up here to few. Where are we in relation to the Avis car rental? A little bit farther up than that. Nice. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, didn't pinpoint precisely, but 24994 is a great seed in the urban US, especially under time pressure. Let's see, Chaos Queen, yeah, won. Beat the Catalyst again. I don't see the Bookworm score there. Maybe she or he was playing under Catalyst's account, but another good challenge. So thank you, Shmoo Gaming, for that. I can't wait to see you two navigate this seed. Let's just do a little bit of a recap. Let's go back to round one. We were in Reno. I do this a lot. Got a bit turned around. Was on the wrong direction, on the wrong side of Washington Street. But as soon as we approached that intersection, we saw mountains, we saw Nevada license plates, and then we saw those Reno street signs. So dead giveaway. Pretty easy round just in downtown Reno. Then the next two were in Texas. First we were in Abilene, then we were in Amarillo. And you notice they looked pretty similar for sure. Amarillo, I was even noting during that Abilene round that Amarillo would be a bit drier, and I think that was the case. If we take a look back at Amarillo, yeah, look at how brown everything is. Yeah, for sure. Not that Abilene was not brown, but we saw just a little bit more. You see the map even gets a little greener down by Abilene. So if you're trying to region guess Texas, you see, I mean, yeah, it's still brown, but there's green patches. There's kind of a little bit more sign of life in Abilene, right, than in Amarillo. So those were some hard rounds. I am not sure how I would have done, especially under time pressure, if we didn't get the city names kind of pretty quickly there, Abilene, Amarillo. I probably, on those, if I would be playing no moving, I'd maybe go like Lubbock, Midland, somewhere here for sure. Then round four, we were in Omaha. That bakery or whatever it was, that restaurant was super helpful. We were in pretty urban Omaha. Things looked plainy, just kind of brick everywhere. Not too dissimilar from those Texas rounds. This whole column of the Great Plains looks pretty similar, and at least for my money, this is the hardest stretch of the US to region guess. I'm bad here. I can kind of like lump it into southern and northern Great Plains, and then this kind of Mountain West area is difficult as well. But thanks, whatever that business was in Omaha. And then, I spent a lot of time in Milwaukee and Madison, so I knew that's where we were. That big Capitol building kind of almost looked like the U.S. Capitol, almost that impressive approaching it. So this was a cool way to end. It was a really nice fifth round to be on the Isthmus in Madison between Lake Mendota and Lake Monona. So thanks again, Shmoo Gaming. Really have had a good time playing your challenges, and thanks everybody for watching. Hope we learned a little bit of something about US geography, and catch me next time. Thanks.